Yo, it's me, Amity, once again. Oh my god. Yeah, so it's another art fight attack, obviously, yeah, so this one was more sketchy. I kind of was like, kind of loose with it, like super loose with it, and yeah, I just kind of made it more sketchy, more of a sketch. Not, I kind of like that vibe and how it looks stuck. I think it kind of, I don't know, whenever I'm drawing horror stuff, a lot of times I like to go with like a more sketchy vibe for some reason. I don't know. With some of my art that's like that, I think it kind of gives an unhinged vibe sometimes. I'm not saying it gives that in this, but I think in some of my others, maybe I'll post speed drawings of them at some point in the future. But you'll kind of see what I'm talking about. A lot of times I'll just kind of sketch it in there and I'll like write weird things in the background, which are normally just song lyrics that you can't really read, so then it looks kind of unhinged. I was watching somebody's stream and they're reviewing art, and they reviewed mine, and they said that it looks like when you kind of force somebody, like a kid, to write the alphabet, and that's the kind of thing they'd write in the background and be like unhinged looking. I'm like, yeah. But it was just Alice in Chains lyrics. But yeah, so that's pretty much what I did here. I did not do any weird lyrics or things like that. But yeah, it's just a skeleton, and he's got like green fire going on and stuff, and it was like a black skeleton, which it was, I wouldn't say it was a challenge to draw. So I have to think about it differently. So that's why he's like a black gray. Whenever I'm drawing with blacks and stuff, I tend to not do a solid black unless like I really want to do that for some reason. And I tend to go with like a warm or cool gray. I try to get a neutral. I'm not good at picking neutrals. Yeah, and so I'll just do that. That's why I like drawing goth people sometimes, or drawing like black and white face paint, obviously. And I'll tend to not do it in solid black. I do like a different, like a really dark shade of a gray. Sometimes the grays will be a little bit more purpley, but it just kind of depends. Anyway, so that's what I did with the skull, and then I just kind of sketched some things around. But yeah, so that's what this is. I hope you enjoy watching it in the background. What am I going to talk about in this video? I guess it's going to be I relogged into my Tumblr account. I wasn't sure how much Tumblr is still around, but I saw somebody else say they post on Tumblr sometimes. I'm like, that's kind of one social media I haven't like super gotten back into. Back in the day, it was like one of my only ones at that, and Instagram, before Instagram was really like anything, back when I was able to lie and say it was just a photo editing platform, and that's how my dad let me download it. But Tumblr I was able to kind of get, because it's not really, like, it didn't have to be an app, it could just be a website, so it was fine. I didn't have to ask to download anything. But yeah, so I had that account for a while, so I relogged back into it. For some reason, I blocked my old account. I want to unblock it, but then I feel like I'm going to lose it. I don't think I have like the logins for it or anything, so but I also don't want that one public, because I'm like, God, that's so old and cringy, which is fine. I was younger, so it's okay to be cringy. People make fun of it, but like, you can be cringy, like, fucking who cares? We're all gonna die at one point, so who cares? But yeah, so my current Tumblr, it's still an older account, with a bunch of reblogs of random stuff, but I think I'm going to attempt to queue up all of my art and post it on there, and maybe use it here and there. It's kind of like a different format. Maybe it'll be refreshing to scroll it and do stuff on there. I don't know how live Tumblr is anymore. If you use Tumblr, or have in the past, or like don't for specific reasons, let me know. I'm curious, do people still use Tumblr? Of the people that do still use Tumblr, is it like specific groups of people that I'd vibe with or not vibe with? I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna try it. I mean, anywhere I can post, I might as well try. It also has that queue feature, so I can just kind of forget about it, like I do with Twitter, because Twitter is like nothing. Nothing goes on Twitter if you're not verified. Like, no one sees your shit, so it's just kind of pointless. I'm not gonna pay to get verified. I ain't doing it anytime soon anyway. Maybe if I come into a bunch of random money and I'm like, I want to maybe to see if it's worth it. Who knows? But yeah, I don't know how like anybody sees anything on there. It's very annoying. I posted so much. I had like a queue of so much stuff and like posted it, and like all I got was NFT dudes, like the rampant NFT scammers on there. I don't understand that. But yeah, so I'm gonna slowly up to. I like all the art I'm seeing on there though, on Tumblr. It's kind of nice, just like how you can scroll it. I don't know. I kind of missed it, so maybe that'll just be my random posting thing where I don't care what I really post on there. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. It'll just be Tumblr. Yeah. I remember I used to look at like, I wouldn't say spicy, but like to me at the time I was just like, ooh, these are girls kissing in a GIF. Ooh. When I was like a teenager, I was just like, oh, scandalous. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what goes on there. There's like a weird thing, it's like communities, and I don't really, that's new, and I don't know how that works. So we'll just have to see how that works. 'Cause I don't know. Do I gotta post individually to that, or can I just tag it? Do I even care? I'm not sure, because I like browsed some of the communities, and like there wasn't a lot of interaction going on in there anyway. And a lot of them are just like, oh, no self-promote, don't link back to this or that. I'm like, can I not, like, say where people, like, I get the no self-promotion, but sometimes, like in these, like in Facebook groups and big groups where the whole point is to share your work, I don't really see why you can't link where people can check out more of it. I think they just want people to stay in the group, but like, I don't know, I want people to be able to find me in other places and not just in that specific Facebook group. I think that's kind of lame. So hopefully the communities on Tumblr aren't the same. I don't know though. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how much I care. I don't know. But yeah, so that's what I was doing for the past 2 hours. I was getting frustrated because I guess, I don't know if my internet's just not stable enough or like what's going on, but I can't, it keeps telling me I can't post pictures and stuff, and like, oh, something went wrong. But like, I know the images are small enough because they're under 10 kilobytes or whatever. I hate that, by the way. I hate having to downsize stuff just so I can post it. It's very annoying, but I'm learning to just draw my stuff like on smaller files or save them as JPEGs instead of PNGs, and then if I draw it bigger, I can like resize it in one of the little websites, which I also hate doing. I don't know, but like I said, see how it goes. Oh, I think this video will go out on the 30th or 31st. Is there a 31st this month? I don't know, but I'm still gonna keep posting art fight content because I just have like 35 art fights, and I was gonna try to post them all before the month ends, but that seems like a lot of work, and it also seems kind of spammy, so I'm just gonna do it day by day, and eventually you'll get to the end of that, but I feel like it's decent because it gives me like a little buffer, gives me like 5 videos out kind of thing, and then I can make more. That way I don't feel like I had to super make new stuff, like you know what I mean? I don't know. Because art content's kind of difficult with getting stuff out every day, to be honest, so Art Fight was nice for that. The next challenge we'll have, I believe, is Inktober, and I will see if I want to do that. We'll see what the prompts are, if I have enough supplies. I'll have to have my camera set up to record it, which isn't too bad. Yeah, I can just record it in OBS, so I'm not too worried about that, and I can just edit it on here. But yeah, you'll get to see my desk, which is cool. I don't know if the lighting the lighting setup will be okay, I think. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed my little speed drawing going on in the background. Look, I actually put a watermark or a signature, whatever you want to call it, on this one. Oh my god, I'm learning, but then forget half the rest of the time. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. You know, don't die or whatever. Have a good day. Blah, random noises. Yeah. Have a good day. Later, and blah 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 blah.